They can leap tall buildings in a single bound. They look great in tight outfits, and they can throw a punch without breaking a nail. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's Super Chicks, tonight only on USA's Real Wild Cinema. I sure look like a super chick in my cartoon, don't I? The one you just saw? Yeah, like Charlie's best angel on her best day on steroids. That's me, Sandra Bernhard, your hot seat hostess on Super Chick Night. Actually, it's Super Chick Hour. That's why I'm trimming and tightening tonight's clips. No flab. You'll see only pure movie muscle. I pick films that are so bad, they're actually really good. Drive-in and C-grade sexploitation films just the way you like them, with all the nudity and sexy parts pushed up. Now, women have never had an easy time finding good roles in films. You know that. That's why we're so proud to present the strong female roles in tonight's features like The Wild Women of Wongo. It's safe to say that the actresses didn't need to stress over a sensitive portrayal, but they do get to lasso a reluctant bunch of pretty boy cave hunks. So what if they were required to wear butt-crunching, thigh-high leopard skins? Too bad. The film even turned out to be something of a documentary true to life, down to the fact that the small, balding caveman ends up with a long-legged Amazon woman. Sounds like Hollywood to me. Here's Wild Women of Wongo.
I am Mother Nature, designer of all the things you see and all the things you are. For millions of years, Father Time and I have worked hand in hand to make the world a better place to live in. All things considered, we think we've done fairly well. We have made our mistakes. There was one about 10,000 years ago when we tried a topsy-turvy experiment with the human race. At that time, in a village called Wongo, we made all the women beautiful and all the men brutes. We put all the handsome men in the tribe of Guna, many days' march to the south. And we made the Guna girls, well, not beautiful. It didn't work. Why? The Wild Women of Wongo.
Guard me with your spears. Good day, Sisters of Guna. I come in peace.
You come from Wongo.
How did you know?
We have heard of the Wongo women.
Mona? Lana? We're attacked!
Away to Guna is south. You'll be our scout. Keep silence.
I can't go another step.
We can stop for a minute. I'll go look ahead.
any more at home like you?
Omu! It's the women of Wongo!
Come out and we'll cook your meal.
We cannot eat with you. Should not even talk with you.
Why not?
We are in the forest for the space of 1 moon. All the young men of Guna. We are without weapons. We cannot see any women. When we have proved that we are men like our fathers, we may return to Guna and take our mates.
The women we saw? Mates?
Naturally. The Guna women.
What do we do now? Well, if they won't even speak to us, how are we going to persuade them?
Why can't we get them to go with us? But they're men. Well, that's what we came here for, wasn't it?
We come to the temple with the men who shall be our mates.
We men of Wongo thought our women were taken by the ape men. We have found others. We have come to present them to the dragon god.
So be it!
Did you notice how familiar that stone wall and revolving door looked? It was the same setting for Doris Wishman's classic romp Nude on the Moon. Both were filmed at the Coral Castles nudist camp in Homestead, Florida. Great place to get leathery skin, saggy breasts, and skin cancer. Next, Real Wild Cinema's been bad, very bad, and it may need a spanking from a singing dominatrix.
I'm the one who cracks the whip and holds the upper hand.
You're in for hours of torture if you touch that dial. I love this next film, Satan in High Heels. Meg Miles plays a mistreated wife. Next, Real Wild Cinema's been bad, very bad, and it may need a spanking from a singing dominatrix.
I'm the one who cracks the whip and holds the upper hand.
You're in for hours of torture if you touch that dial. I love this next film, Satan in High Heels. Meg Miles plays a mistreated wife who dances in a burlesque carnival because her husband is a drug addict. Back in 1962, she was considered the devil for disobeying this loser. Oh, and for cutting his face to ribbons when he came at her with a knife. But Meg lands on her spiked heels at a swanky supper club where the leather she wears is as baggy as her butt. Listen as she one-ups Helen Reddy with the famous women's lib anthem, More Deadly Than the Male. Enjoy this tribute to female form.
I have a lovely lady in here who shakes every part of her body, every muscle. Lovely lady, the star of our show you see with me here is Miss Stacy Key, the highest salaried burlesque performer in all the world. You will see her right in the middle of our show, our featured entertainer. She'll last 40 minutes. All beautiful girls, lovely ladies who dance as you've never seen them dance before. It's just about 3 minutes till showtime. You get tickets here. Walk in, sit down, it's showtime.
What are you doing here?
I just had to see you, Stacy.
I haven't got anything to say to you, Rudy.
Stacy, I don't want to blame you for anything, not even for turning me in.
I should hope not. You tried to kill me.
You threatened to leave me. Stacy, look, it's nearly $900. We can start all over again, honey. We can go to New York. Take me back, please.
How did you get out here from town, honey?
A cab? I got it waiting outside.
There's a 6 o'clock bus to New York, honey. Yes, baby, I'll go with you. We'll go together. But first, there's a man waiting to take me home. It's all right, he's just some local Joe. But he may cause trouble. Now, look, you wait here for me. I'll get rid of him. I've got to pick up some clothes anyway. And then I'll come back for you.
I got a fair lady.
The gentleman changed his mind. He's staying.
That's mighty nice of him.
Don't get your hopes up and keep your eyes on the road. I want to get where I'm going.
Where to, Duchess?
Municipal Airport. And step on it.
Who cracks the whip and holds the upper hand. I'll beat you, mistreat you, till you quiver and quail. Female of the species is more deadly than the man. There's no doubt about it. I'll take my hat and go when our affair cools down. So long I can do without it. I'll find myself another man. I'll find myself a clown. I'm just like a gambler. You have to take a chance with me. Play a long shot when you gamble on romance. The payoff is way off. Here's the point of the tale. The female of the species is more deadly than the man.
Radio tells you turn up at the craziest times.
Yeah, you come up away in the world, haven't you, Stacy?
Worked at it?
I'll bet you have. Did my money help, huh?
I didn't spend any of it, Rudy. You can have it all back.
Later, Stacy. What's wrong with you?
To fix or something, I'm not a pusher, but if you...
Sure, I need a fix. I need something else a lot worse. I need to cut you up. Listen, Stacy, you're never gonna do to anybody what you did to me.
Who is it? Just a minute. Rudy, be quiet, please. Please be quiet.
There's one unique thing I just love about this film. It's the only movie where the leading man's eyebrows are as tall and perky as the leading lady's breasts. Coming up, two groovy girls in tight pants and knee boots elude the law and run themselves ragged in a cemetery. More kicks with super chicks and our guest, Adrienne Barbeau, after this message. I'll never forget the time I got caught shoplifting when I was 9 years old. I gave back the hairbrush and another crime spree came to a halt. But in films, it seems like women are always on the lam. Our special guest, Adrienne Barbeau, sure knows what it's like to be chased. Or do you prefer doing the chasing, Adrienne? That's the big question.
Oh, I'd much rather chase. I'd much rather chase.
Well, we chased you right into our studio today. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Looks like I got caught by somebody, doesn't it?
Honey, we'll talk about that later. I don't want to dwell on that. I want you to just rest. I mean, you are truly a super chick. I mean, you've done TV, radio, live performances, films. You've done it all.
I have. Now that I've actually even hosted a talk show, now that I think about it.
Have you?
But when I think about super chicks, I just think about the roles, really. I never thought of it in terms of the variety of things, yeah.
Yeah, well, but, you know, that's what it's about. It's a combination of the roles and real life.
Oh, well, that's
nice
why we
wanted you here today.
Oh, thank you.
Now, you started off in B movies, low budget slashers with, you know, John Carpenter and George Romero, Wes Craven. What's it like for an actor to get lost in the fog or running around the swamps?
The swamps were not fun. The swamps
Where did you
were
shoot that stuff?
in South Carolina.
So you were actually outside?
Yeah, we were in it. And it was, you know, they had to put things in our ears that were filled with antiseptic so that we wouldn't get
ear infections.
Stuff like that. And I used to go to bed at night. I was sure there were
leeches
ticks on my back.
Leeches. I've got leeches all over my body. I'm bleeding.
The interesting thing about the fog, there's a scene in the fog where, because I assume because we were working low budget, maybe that was back in 1979, maybe they couldn't even do it, but they could get the fog to come into a room, but they couldn't get the fog to leave. So in the last scene, when I'm on the roof and the ghost is about to do his number on me, and the fog, I don't even remember, it's been a while since I've seen the movie, but for some reason the fog goes back. We had to shoot it backwards. I had to act backwards.
That is bizarre.
And John Carpenter, the director, said you have to blink very slowly because when we flip the film, it'll look weird if you know, so you had to figure out all of the acting points from I'm terrified, now he's leaving, and then you have to go back and do, oh, he's leaving, and now I'm terrified, that kind of thing.
But now they can, of course, you know, pull
so.
fog
They can
out of any room. That's what blows my mind.
Yeah.
You know, Adrienne can appreciate our next feature, Hot Thrills, Warm Chills. It stars stripper Rita Alexander and that Russ Meyer legend Laura Maitland. Watch as our bad girl has to take down a police officer by administering irritating little blows to his head with her Nancy Sinatra-style go-go boots.
This is Chief Masterson calling Lieutenant Burns. Over.
This is car 69, Detective Castro reporting, sir. Lieutenant Burns is in pursuit of the suspects. An eyewitness reported 3 females made off with the Crown. Lieutenant Burns has been pinned down on a parade route, sir.
No!
Is there room for strong sex symbols who are feminists, do you think?
Yeah, actually, even all the horror films I've done, those women have all been, they've been strong women. I don't feel as though I've ever played a victim. I mean, even though I was always in jeopardy in the films.
Right.
Creepshow is one of my favorites. And it was almost like doing a cartoon. I remember when I showed up in Pittsburgh to shoot the film with George, not having met him, the director.
Right.
I said, look, I'm not sure what to do here. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, and if you don't think it's right, you better send me home, because it was so much bigger than the way we would normally work on film, because he wanted that cartoon atmosphere. She is one of my favorites, and in the end she was a victim, but she deserved it.
And damn sexy.
Yeah.
You know? Hard to find parts for somebody 8 months pregnant?
Yeah.
By any chance? I'm sure
I'm doing a lot of voiceover work.
Are you? Perfect.
Yeah,
that's the way to go.
I'm doing my nightclub act, but that's about it. There was one in the trades the other day, but she was 25. You know, it's hard to find parts for a 51-year-old woman who's pregnant.
Honey, God bless you. That is so fabulous.
Thanks.
You're an inspiration.
Thanks.
You really are.
I'm having a good time.
Well, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
So, your present husband, you don't have any children with him. This is
no,
your,
these are his first.
And they're his first kids.
Yeah.
Period.
So we're going to have a Billy Jr. and a little Billy. I mean, it's
are they both boys?
They're both boys. They're identical boys.
Oh, you're kidding.
And
that is a trip.
We've been going to the doctor every 2 weeks ever since it started, and he's there for every one of those appointments.
I bet he is.
He leaves work.
He wants to see that little baby on the monitor.
He's having a good time.
2 future B-movie actors.
Maybe. Who knows? My husband is a sitcom. He writes sitcoms.
Well, you know they'll be in the business on some level. Thank you so much for coming on the show. You're a sweetheart.
Thanks.
Next on Real Wild Cinema, you'll learn a whole new meaning for the term family ties.
Let's change and get out of here. No. Why? Not yet.
Make up your mind, girls, and we'll be right back. Daisy and Violet Hilton were twins, and as they grew up, they always remained very, very close because they were Siamese twins joined at the hip. Their sweet mother sold them to an American freak show, which led to roles in films like Classic Freaks and our next movie, Chained for Life. In it, they make a creative casting leap and play sisters. But then the blonde sister gets a marriage proposal. Viv, the brunette, also known as the chick on the left, doesn't want to play along. Poor Viv, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Here's Chained for Life.
Where are the girls?
In there. Hey, girls, the 10%er is here. Oh, look. This isn't the wide open spaces, and that's no lily of the valley. I do smoke a good cigar.
After the day, Mabel, after the day.
What's it all about?
Girls, from now on, it's mink and Cadillacs, just like I said. Leave it to Hinckley. When I got through with Mackenzie, he couldn't wait to say yes.
But?
But? What do you mean, but? Did I ever tell you a story? Did I ever tell you a lie? Did I... Well, look, this isn't very serious. It's just a little publicity stunt.
The last publicity stunt he pulled was when he buried that Swami. If it hadn't been for the fire department, they'd have never dug him up.
Burials. What are you talking burials? This is an engagement. We're going to get married.
Just a little publicity stunt. Nothing serious, eh? I've heard enough. Hinckley, you must be out of your mind.
Out of his mind? For 10%, he'd bury his own mother-in-law.
Now, look, girls. Calm yourselves. Nobody's really getting married, and good publicity never hurt an act, especially for only $100 a week.
Viv, maybe he's right after all. This is show business. I knew you'd come up with some crazy idea. But this one might have possibilities. By the way, who's the groom?
Andre.
With all the men in the world, why did you have to pick on him?
Who else would have done it?
Count me out. I'm not the romantic type. Well, I guess from here on, my love story begins.
We sure have been packing them in.
Who is we?
Why, Dorothy and me. Oh, and you too, of course.
Where do you come in?
Why, I am the groom.
In that case, any man would do.
It's unbelievable. Look, I just balanced the receipts. Dorothy, Vivian.
Oh, you.
You're a silver. I love you. Will you marry?
Hooray! Congratulations! That's the best thing that could have happened. Waiter! Champagne! Did you hear that? They're getting married.
We are gathered in this company to witness the joining together of this man and this woman in holy matrimony. Into that state, these two persons have now come to be so joined.
I really wonder if she'll be
by giving and receiving a ring.
She sure
and by
deserves
joining
it.
hands.
I do now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride. Congratulations, sir. Much happiness, my dear.
Thank you.
Good night, girls.
Good night, Mabel. Come in. What's the rush, Viv? Why don't you snap out of it, Dottie? You didn't do a thing with our act tonight. I know it, but I can't help it. Look, sister, you don't think you're the only woman that's been jilted by Andre. No, of course not. It wouldn't be so bad, but I still love him. And that's what really hurts. Don't let him know it, Dottie. Smile. Put on a good act and smile. I'll try this. Let's change and get out of here. No. Why? Not yet. I want to watch Andre's act. Oh, all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to use these rifles to play that organ.
Next, if you like a good chick fight, and I do, then you know the secret of winning. Fight dirty.
Now all of a sudden you're all real clean like. Is that a crime? Too bad you can't scrub the inside.
There's quite a splash when Real Wild Cinema returns. I'm back. Did you miss me? In Ronnie Ashcroft's Girl with an Itch, Kathy Marlowe plays a hot-to-trot chick with plenty of nerve and even more cleavage. In this scene, she shows how she doesn't take crap from anybody, including the Ellie Mae Clampett knockoff that gets in her way. They have a classic cat fight in the tradition of Dynasty, and just as Crystal Carrington always came out ahead battling Alexis Colby, good over evil triumphs here too, as our blonde wins the tussle in Girl with an Itch.
Nothing's funny.
You are.
Just don't like getting all messed up if it's all right with you.
When you showed up here, you looked like you hadn't been near water for a month.
Nobody asked you.
Now all of a sudden you're all real clean like.
Is that a crime?
Too bad you can't scrub the inside.
Hey, this is going to be good.
Listen, all I can say is if you don't keep your eyes off of my man, I'll...
You'll what? Nothing you can do about nothing, not you.
Oh, yeah?
Better break it up.
Hey, what's going on here? What are you...
Hey, now, anybody see my hat? Yeah, it's over there.
Where?
Well, a new champ. Boy, can you tussle.
That's the girl!
Those two were playing patty cake compared to our next bikini-clad, cigar-smoking boxer babe. Here's When a Girl Needs a Man.
Tuffy's pretty handy with her mitts. She's so fast that when she shadow boxes, sometimes her shadow can't keep up. But Tuffy, no use learning so much about boxing. You'll find most of the fellows who go out with you will want to wrestle. What's this? Some wolf stops to give her the whistle. Uh-oh. So, you wanna play, huh? Huh. She sure does play rough. I guess Tuffy is rugged, all right. According to Tuffy, a man is just a man. But a good cigar is a smoke. She used to smoke cigarettes, but she says they were so sissy. This is more like it.
So we've seen one woman suck on a big round phallic symbol. How about another that bites down on an iron hard rod and coaxes it into a semi-upright position? Before you start flicking your remote, watch this San Francisco treat from the Italian documentary Echo.
Hard to see, I live my life without love. The romance ends when the balcony bends. I'm an iron girl in a velvet glove. I meet a man.
In a men's bar in San Francisco, we learned that brute strength and bulging biceps are not the exclusive monopoly of the male.
I've done it again. Look. No fingers. Though I like to kiss and cuddle, I think twice before I struggle. What a dreadful situation to be in. Must submit to their embraces, 'cause if I should slap their faces, just an iron girl in a velvet glove.
Next, don't mess with this bad babe. She's a pussycat that packs a wallop.
Superchick, a swinging motion picture experience about a super kind of woman.
The attractions are coming next on Real Wild Cinema.
You will join the Real Wild Cinema Fan Club. You will be dazzled by a catalog of hundreds of uncut, uncensored, outrageous movies that we can't show on TV. Send $5 for a membership card, catalog, and newsletter, or order the Real Wild Cinema t-shirt for $15, plus $4.95 shipping and handling, and get your membership for free. Send check or money order to Real Wild Cinema, P.O. Box 65073, Seattle, Washington 91155. You will join the Real Wild Cinema Fan Club.
Draw the shades, turn out the light, pull out your gun. Tonight's trailers are pumped up with pretties including Superchick, but she doesn't exactly strike fear in my heart. I mean, listen to the narrator's description. It sounds like an ad for a feminine hygiene product. She's forceful, feminine, and free. Yeah, sure. And she can fight crime in her white hot pants without any worries.
She's all woman. All every woman wants to be. Forceful, feminine, free, super brave, super body, supercharged. Superchick, a swinging motion picture experience about a super kind of woman. In public, she's a mild-mannered stewardess. In private, she's something else.
Oh, I must be dreaming. Oh. Who are you? Why?
Because you've been a good soldier boy. Because you love your mother, apple pie, and your flag.
Superchick, she's more than just one woman, and too much for just one man. In New York, she has Brian.
My crescendo of finality is about to be achieved.
My body pounds with the music. It has become the music.
In Los Angeles, it's Davy. And in Miami, there's Johnny.
You're something else, Mama. And that's no lie.
The only place there's no lies between a man and a woman is in bed.
Superchick, the super kind of woman. Always in the middle of where the action is. Always ready for a new adventure.
You'd be amazed what interesting people come around here.
The only unique experience I can see having with you is that, well, you'd be the oldest man I ever made it with.
You can't afford to miss Superchick. She's much more than you've ever had before.
This is Angvia, a colony of beautiful women.
in a strange dimension of time and space. Fairest of them all is Zita, the leader of the community, with mysterious, unworldly powers. But on Earth, there is villainy afoot, as the totally unscrupulous Major Burden seeks to acquire the secrets of their society. The Major's archenemy, Special Agent James Word, also has more than a passing interest in the Angvian. Always on the hunt for eligible young women, the Angvians resort to kidnapping. Such is the strange, compelling story of Zeta 1.
I want two things. A, I want to know what that information was. B, I want to know who kidnapped her.
I don't even know what she looks like.
Me is what's happened to our girl Edwina.
It would appear that she was kidnapped.
Edwina was being processed for her new life in Angvia, but was a most unwilling subject. Meanwhile, with great glee, James Word was playing a dangerous game.
I'll tell you what we'll do. Straight cut. If you win, we do what you want to do. If I win, we do what I want.
Major Burden was enjoying the pleasures of the hunt.
We will have 1 minute clear, and then we shall follow you. Fun, eh?
Zeta 1 is where the action is.
Meet Angela Mao Ying, a new kind of woman, a black belt karate champion. She's undercover in the underworld, a fragile China doll. But this doll is a knockout. She's after the toughest gangs in Asia, moving in for their biggest score. The prize is opium. She's on a manhunt, and she's a man-eater. A mob war rages in this deadly jungle of karate kung fu combat.
This is my territory.
They use deadly sticks and deadly kicks.
Now, I need your help, and urgently.
Only one man is good enough to fight with her.
Now you tell your boss that I'm here and looking for him.
Together they go on a rampage, tearing flesh, breaking bones, gang busting, to a total climax of destruction.
Let's go.
The man who gave you deep thrust and the hand of death presents the stars of the fearless fighter. Deep thrust, 5 fingers of death. All this, plus Angela Mao Ying, the deadly China doll.
I've got to go. I'm late for the gym. I have to put on my polka dot bikini top and meet Tuffy for a boxing match. After I whip her sorry butt, I'm going to be real ladylike and offer her a cigar as a consolation prize. After all, a man is a man, but a good cigar is a smoke. I'll be back with more incredible finds from the landfill of cinema history. Until next time, I'm Sandra Bernhard. Good midnight to ya.